Hi, Jared from Visuals by Impulse, and I'm going to walk you through the Panorama Stream package and how to set up the screens within OBS and Streamlabs OBS. The first thing you're going to do is go within your screens folder. The animated version is what comes with all the control for the animation settings. You'll see in here several HTMLs: the city, the desert, the forest, the jungle, and the editor. The editor is what allows us to change the variables within the animations. So by default, if you don't want to change any settings, you don't have to. You can simply drag in the HTML file right directly into OBS or in Streamlabs. You'll see right away that the animation starts to play. We could do that with the forest screen, we could do that with the jungle scene, as well as the desert screen, and all of them will play. Now here's where we get into some of the customization. If you open up the editor, it's going to open up a window where you'll see all kinds of screen settings. It has cycle time, wind animation frequency, all kinds of frequencies within these screens that you can adjust to make your own. Let's go ahead and make some adjustments. Once you've made your adjustments, go ahead and save the settings. Once the settings are saved, you'll need to download this file, this JSON file within the screens folder of resources, and completely overwrite that file right there. Go ahead and say yes once prompted, and now all the changes will be applied within these screens. Now we're going to go over to Streamlabs. Once we're in Streamlabs, it's a very similar setup. You just drag the HTML into your source and then double click and tell it to be 1920 by 1080. And then hit done. And the same goes for the desert, the forest, and the jungle. Simply go in here and then change the default properties to the width and the height to be 1920 by 1080. And now you can see all the effects are applied with all the settings I set up, and you can then go in there and change anything you'd like and change the probability. And if you'd like to eliminate the effects, just change the probability to 0, and then that effect will be eliminated. So go over here and adapt your settings and go ahead and save it and do the same exact thing to bring it in and replace that file. And then you'll see within Streamlabs or OBS that those changes will be reflected. It's as simple as that. So if I want to make some more changes, let's go back into the editor and let's adapt these to be something different. So once I've adapted everything to 0, let's go ahead and hit save the settings again. And then we're going to download this JSON directly to where we downloaded it last time within the Panorama Stream package, and then the screens animated resources folder. And once we do that, go ahead and make sure it overwrites. And I like to click on it and hit save. And that way it says, do you want to replace it? Hit yes. Now, since I set everything to 0, back over in Slobs, we can turn on these screens and you'll see that there are no effects since I set all the probabilities and all the times and all the animations to 0. And you can see that across the board. Same thing over here in OBS. Now you'll notice if we bring in a scene, that scene has no effects. And all of the settings within the editor have changed the settings JSON, and now we're good to go. That sums up the Panorama Stream Package Editor. Now, if you have any other questions, as always, please contact us. Never hesitate. We're here to help.